All right, we're going to continue through this 5.3 to 5.5 quiz review. In this next section, it says solve each equation by taking square roots. We are going to put our answers in simplified radical form as necessary. So here we go. We'll just start with number 17 when we solve by taking square roots. In this case, it's just n squared equals 36, so we can take the square root of both sides. Make sure when you take the square root of both sides, you put plus or minus. So we have n equals plus or minus, and then we think to ourselves, what's the square root of 36? And that is 6. So that's our answer. Make sure you put plus or minus. Number 18 is similar. Number 19, we still can solve this by taking square roots, but we want to isolate the squared term first. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 9 to both sides to start with. And that is r squared equals 64. And then once again, once we've done that, we can take the square root of both sides, make sure we put plus or minus, and the square root of 64 is just 8. So our answer is plus or minus 8. I'm going to go to 21 here. Again, we want to isolate the squared or solve for r squared, and then we can take the square root of both sides. So we will subtract 8 first. That gives us 7r squared equals 252. Divide both sides by 7. You can use a calculator if you want. You got 7 into 252. Oh, and that's 36. So we get r squared is 36. And even just thinking back to the question earlier, we know that this answer will be taking the square root of both sides. We get r equals plus or minus 6. All right, 23. We have this thing is squared, x plus 2 is squared. So the first thing we need to do here is take the square root of both sides. It's a little bit different than the ones above. We do that because the square root cancels with the squared. We're left with x plus 2 equals plus or minus 6. And then we subtract 2 from both sides. And a lot of times we put the negative 2 first and the plus or minus kind of in the middle there. So we have negative 2 plus or minus 6. That's 2 answers. We want to find both of those answers. So we think negative 2 plus 6. So the negative 2 plus 6 is 4. And then we also think negative 2 minus 6 is negative 8. So you have 2 solutions there. Number 25, it's more of the same, just a little longer. We would add 7 to both sides first. We get 2 times x plus 12 squared is equal to 50. Next, we would divide both sides by 2. And we get x plus 12 squared equals 25. Take the square root. Plus or minus there, we got x plus 12 equals plus or minus 5. And then subtract 12 from both sides. Running into our writing here. And we get x equals negative 12 plus or minus 5. And so we do both of those options. We do negative 12 plus 5. Negative 12 plus 5 is negative 7. And negative 12 minus 5 is negative 17.